Well, I am very excited to be here with the Muffs. I got Kim, Roy, and Ronnie. Guys, thank you so much. You guys just performed an amazing set here at the Whiskey A Go-Go. And what was your take on tonight's performance, the audience interaction, et cetera, et cetera? Kim?
I thought the audience was a little bit like an oil painting. They just stood there. There was a few people that were bopping their heads, so I knew who was our fans and who was just some dumb punk rocker lughead. Okay. But besides that, it sounded great on stage, and we played great, and we had fun.
They seem to come along. They seem to come along.
Yeah.
Later on, but yeah, at the beginning it was like a little weird.
Yeah, you look at them.
We love all the audiences. Okay, we love all the people. Yeah, I'm not gonna say a bad word about that audience. I loved them. It's great.
My whole family was there, so.
Yeah, you know, Kim, it was interesting. I was going to mention that because when you called out some of your family members, I was right next to a couple gentlemen who turned out to be both your brother and your husband when I started talking to them.
My brother.
Oh, you're not married to everybody. It's not like a white stripe. It's like a white stripes kind of thing.
White stripes, yeah. It's those very. Yeah, my husband and my brother. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, two different people.
Two different people. This is in Oklahoma.
You don't want to insinuate anything, but they were bobbing their heads in a supportive fashion. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know. I was just being critical.
We've already offended the audience at the Whiskey and Oklahoma.
And your family members.
There was a recent story about a woman who got arrested for marrying her daughter in Oklahoma.
Okay. Wow.
And I said, you know what they call that in Oklahoma? Tuesday.
It's like being in a band with George Carlin.
I like Oklahoma. That's where some of my in-laws live, in Oklahoma.
I love the music.
Greg.
Gordon McRae and Shirley Jones.
We should just end this interview right now because we've insulted like half of America. So let's just end it right now.
Oklahoma's a big place.
It is pretty big.
It's a panhandle.
I love Oklahoma. I think it's great.
Yeah.
All the people there are wonderful.
Yeah,
even the ones that marry their cousins.
Yeah. Well, guys, I want to ask you some more serious questions, actually. Well, not serious, but just, good luck. I know, right? Here we are in the green room while the Dickies are playing, too, and we want to get going with that. But, guys, one of the questions that I often ask musical artists that I find is an interesting question that elicits interesting responses is, what was the first ever album that you ever purchased? Whether it was cassette, probably vinyl in this case. Roy, I'm going to throw it over to you, brother. Do you remember the first record that you ever purchased, that you saved up your money with your own money, that you really sought and
or like, can it be like I asked my mom to buy it for me?
That qualifies as well.
Yeah, that qualifies.
Do you remember?
Donny Osmond Superstar.
Okay.
Double record, K-Tel.
Okay, record.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. My very first record, and my parents bought it for me, was Felix the Cat. I don't know what label it was on, but it was very good. And then my friend down the street put it on my bed and stomped on it, jumped up and down and broke a whole bunch of my records.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I'm in music today.
What's her name? Because we're gonna call her out right now.
It was a boy. He was trying to impress me, obviously, and that was his way of making me obviously be a musician later.
Okay.
It's very belated kind of.
If we're talking kids records, then that's different.
The rock and roll.
Let's take it one step further. So you had that connection, which was awesome. Not to minimize the influence of it, but when I've seen other interviews with you where you've talked about things like Brian Seltzer, the Stray Cats, influences, Alka-Seltzer, a little bit of that stuff. But what was the?
I'm gonna spray you with a bottle of Brian Seltzer.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of that. What was your first, let's say, rock and roll record?
Well, I wanted. There was two records I wanted. They're singles. One was Blondie's "Heart of Glass." Okay. I think it was popular, or Foxy "Get Off." And so I put it on my Christmas list, and my brother, who was here, who you saw,
I did meet with your brother in the audience. Yes.
He bought me "Foxy Get Off."
Okay.
I really like that song. That's the one disco song I think I've ever liked.
Do you still have that record?
I do. Okay. I do. It's in the garage, melted somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's a little warped, but that's okay.
It's a little warped. Who cares?
All right.
Yeah.
Good choice.
But yeah, it was a good. I liked it. I don't remember the B-side though.
Okay. Well, that's okay though.
Foxy, Foxy, Get Off.
Yeah. Ronnie, what about you, man?
Answer. I have a complex answer as well.
Okay, let's hear it.
Well, I had Partridge Family record, and I wanted to get another one, and my brother took me to the store, and he's like, don't get the Partridge Family, get these. So I walked out of the store with Frank Zappa's Apostrophe and Cheech and Chong's Big Bamboo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
That's interesting.
But the first one, 3 years later, the first one that I borrowed money from my Uncle Mac. I went to Kmart and bought was Kiss Dressed to Kill.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Do you still have that record in your collection, or did it get
Not that very copy, no.
no? It
I wish I could say I did.
lost to the ages. It sometimes happens.
But of course I have a better.
Took it.
I just, you upgrade to a better copy.
Yeah.
At least I do.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Digital.
No.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you guys, speaking of that, any preference? I know we talked earlier, Ronnie, a little bit about preferences. Different musicians that we've interviewed. I like to ask about sort of medium preferences. In other words, vinyl, cassette, CD, digital download. Different artists have different preferences. And I wanted to ask each of you, if you have any preference, if you could release, ideally in a perfect world, release Muffs back catalog in a certain format, what would that format be? Ronnie?
Oh.
Preference or no preference?
Yeah, perfect. I like CDs and vinyl, so I like them both. As far as what I actually prefer just to put on at home, CDs. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry everyone.
Okay.
Shame
No
on
need
you.
to apologize. No need to feel shame.
Cars and
It's
Shame on
Cars and
you.
computers, they don't come with slits anymore. But yeah.
All right, Kim, what about you?
I have a slit.
Yes, you do. And a muff. But in terms of your preference of music, that's what we're talking about.
Thrown off by the slit. Okay. For the back catalog for the Muffs, I prefer anything that doesn't degrade right away, like CDs.
Okay.
I like vinyl. I like vinyl a lot. I don't like cassettes so much.
Yeah.
I lived through it the first time and they suck. But for my own self to listen to music, I like digital because it's easy. Okay. It's super easy. I could listen
on
to
your computer, or you have a setup in your home where you can.
It's on my computer, but I listen to it on my phone in the car a lot. And my car is where I judge all the mixes that I do. And
a lot of artists that we've interviewed talk about that. When they do the final mix, when they're ready to put out an album, a lot of times they'll listen to it in a car.
Yeah.
Because that's often sort of the final litmus test of whether an album sounds good.
I kind of screwed up. Lately, I've been blasting it, and I realized that one side of my car is not the same anymore. So I've taken it to my home studio, and it's fine. Okay. I could judge mixes there, too.
There we go. Roy, what about you, man?
For sound, vinyl, but for convenience, I really don't play vinyl. I listen to music in my car on my iPod, so, yeah, that's what I like.
Okay, excellent.
Sony Walkman.
Sony Walkman.
Yeah, the Sony Walkman's awesome.
I used to have one of those. Those were very cool.
I had the cassette one.
Yeah.
And then the CD one, I upgraded.
I used to make a lot of mix cassettes.
Those were
Yeah.
classic.
Those took a lot of time, though.
Yeah, it did.
That's the thing.
You had to do them in real time, right? You had to let the song play.
You always had to find that 1 minute and a half song for the end of the tape.
Yep.
I would always
If we could
intros and outros. Yeah, I'd always end up having to put Cripple Creek Ferry or some
gonna ask
minute
you-
and a half long song on.
If we could go back in time and you're making a mixtape for a girlfriend, let's say in high school, and you mentioned Neil Young. What else would be on that? And this is a good question for all y'all, so be prepared. What would be on that mixtape?
Oh, I can tell you. I wooed my first wife by making a mixtape that started with "I Just Seen a Face." And that's pretty good, huh? Yeah. I don't remember the rest, but that was a good beginning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Set the tone. And that's it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
And then the second song was "Bitch," so I don't know. That might not have been the best choice.
Probably the best. Kind of both.
Interesting choice, Roy, but different strokes for different folks. It's cool. Kim, what about you? Mixtape back in the day. If you made a mixtape for let's say in high school, a certain gentleman who you had eyes on, what would be on that?
Oh God. Let's see. All Day and All of the Night by the Kinks.
Okay.
Big Log by Robert Plant.
Yeah. subtle, suggestive. You know, you don't want to give your prospective boyfriend a complex though, so you got to keep it mellow. You know, you don't want to like put too much pressure on.
I took that as a poop reference, actually.
I always thought it was. That's why when I think of that song, I always
Big
think
log.
Phallic reference.
Yeah, because I had a big log today and every
It's like
day.
Hope Floats with Sandra Bullock.
Hope floats.
Yeah.
No, but I used to make mixtapes all the time, and it was just all the stuff I like. I made one for my sister when she was 7 because I was afraid she was going to start liking shitty music. So I made her a tape of the Beatles, Beach Boys, Freddie and the Dreamers, and the Sex Pistols.
Wonderful.
And she loved it.
Wonderful.
And then later I graduated her to the Kinks, like Harry Rag, which they thought was Harry Back. But
But the Pixies, like that album cover or whatever, yeah. And I know we don't talk about the Pixies too much, but that album cover, yeah.
all their album covers are disgusting.
On Oliver, all that stuff. Yeah.
Well, that's actually Charles.
Oh, that's Charles Back. We've interviewed Charles many years
He
ago.
won't admit it, but it's really Charles's Harry Back.
Okay,
Yeah.
we won't tell Violet, but it's okay. We'll
Violet doesn't know.
okay.
He shaves.
He shaves it off. He waxes it off. Okay. Well, anything else that would be on your mixtape back in the day? Your perfect sort of like ideal mixtape. What about on the B side, on the flip side? Would you mix it up a little bit?
Would have some X-ray specs.
Okay, great.
You know, not now. I'm sick of them, but back then, yeah. I don't know. You know, the Long Riders still get by.
Yeah.
That was one of my big songs I'd always put on mixtapes.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I mean, I like
it's a good
it.
song.
No, it is a good song. Bangles, Real World would always end up on a mixtape.
And word on the street is that you guys are going to be performing
Word on the street.
with off the record with the Bangles coming up pretty soon. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Pretty soon, yeah. The Bangles are playing, and it's not announced yet, but someone leaked it out.
This is a world premiere here on Inner Edge Music, so check it out. Yes.
Someone from the club mentioned it to us, so I assume it's official.
It's official, but it hasn't been announced in the press yet. But it's going to happen in December.
It'll be announced. You know, shows these days they're announced like well in advance. In fact, too much in advance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like 11 months from now at the Hollywood Bowl.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
I don't know how.
Well, Ronnie, I'm going to put you under the spotlight here, my friend, about the mixtapes. We've asked your partners here a little bit about their ideal mixtapes back in the day that you would have made for a certain somebody that you had eyes on, let's say back in high school, etc. Tell us what would be on your mixtape.
I was hoping I was going to be forgotten on this. I really didn't do that. Like, I made mixtapes for myself or like friends.
Yeah, me too.
That's okay, though. It was masturbatory. I mean, it was self-reflective. It was about your own interests. That's okay.
Yeah.
Tell us what was on your masturbatory mixtape.
You know? Yeah. You know? Yeah.
The log, and Kim. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Big Log and
Log.
No, you know, Rain Parade and
Yes.
you know,
Okay.
Dream Syndicate, that stuff.
We've interviewed Steve Wynn, and were you a fan of sort of the Paisley Underground scene here in Los Angeles? Okay.
Absolutely.
We
Yeah.
weren't a part of it, like band-wise.
We're kind of products of it, actually. Kim and I, at least.
Just talked about the Bangles, and there's such an interest. You know, Rodney. I'm actually surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Rodney showed up tonight for the Dickies because there's such an interesting history there.
Yeah.
But the whole Paisley Underground scene was really influential. Opal, Mazzy Star, Dave Roebuck, all that stuff.
Yeah, maybe we'll get introduced by Rodney one day.
Maybe at the Bangles show.
Don't give away.
We got to keep something for the fans. A couple years ago, I went to the whole. It was a Paisley Underground reunion show at the Fonda. It had. You were there, yeah. Amazing, right? Steve Wynn. I got the shirt. All those bands, and it was kind of a revival thing. And
Really, Steve Wynn? Was it Dream Syndicate
Dream
that he was
Syndicate.
doing? I was super impressed by his act,
Yeah.
especially.
yeah, Rain Parade and 3 o'clock. All those people on stage, and the Green on Red didn't perform, unfortunately, and Bangles was sort of the headliner, but
Yeah. Oh, and they did their EP too. We were like, oh, they're not used to doing that song. Like, you could tell it wasn't like first thing that they would do. But it was great.
We didn't get to hear Walk Like an Egyptian, which was kind of good because it was sort of like, let's get back to the roots of it a little.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I want to hear the good. I want to hear Calling Me, actually.
Well, no, that's when they decided to get off the county fair circuit, drop the keyboard player,
Yeah,
and
that
play,
county fair stuff is
and
terrible.
play the EP and get back to their roots.
Casinos.
Yeah,
Who wants?
okay. The
I'll
casino
never-
circuit. Yeah, I've been to a few.
I'll never play
Yeah.
casinos as long as I live. That's just the
They
worst.
used to do that, but they don't do that anymore.
I've seen
No,
Cyndi Lauper at a casino. I've seen
I saw
yeah.
Herman's Hermits. That was a great show.
Herman's Hermits?
Yeah, that was a great show.
Yeah, B-52s play casinos and fairs. I'd go see them any day.
Can I just say, I would love to do a casino if somebody wants to have us, like a Modern English or somebody.
We interviewed
It's my dream to do one of these cruises.
No.
we actually interviewed Modern English about a month ago, guys. Amazing artist, and there is coming up in March or April of 2017. There is an 80s cruise that you're referencing there, Ronnie,
I know.
including man, it's got Howard Jones. Yes, it's got Belinda Carlisle. So if we want to get the Muffs, I don't know if you guys really would fit with the 80s scene. A 90, it would be like 90s with the Weezer.
Exactly. Hello, Weezer. Take us.
Weezer has done the cruise ship thing.
Oh, that's too
Yeah, us and Weezer and Sponge.
Filter, all those one-name bands. Filter.
Sponge cake. That would be amazing.
Orgy.
Yeah, Candlebox.
Yeah.
Man, yeah. Well, one other question I have for you guys is through the years, I mean, you guys have done such amazing work, studio, live performances, etc. You guys have collaborated with a lot of artists. And thinking back through the years about different tours, different things that you've done, what are some of the highlights when you think of other artists that you've shared the stage with, either opening for them or having them open for you? Ronnie?
Yeah, every tour that we've done actually has been special in certain ways. But, 95, our tour with Veruca Salt, probably. We
That was
really,
amazing. That
we
was so
really
much
bonded
fun.
as people and as bands, and it was a good bill.
We're still
and,
friends with all of them too. Yeah, it's they're good people.
And then like we did a tour with Chicks Dig It and the Groovy Ghoulies. That was a lot of fun, and both of those bands were great to play with.
And we played with the Queers and Cub.
Cub are awesome.
Yeah, I
saw
love
them open up for the Breeders back in like '96 or something.
Cub are amazing. You were married.
I was married.
You were married to one of the Cub
I was
members?
married to one of the Cub members, yeah.
Yes.
Don't worry, everything's cool.
We're good? Okay.
Yeah. No, Lisa.
We're friends now.
Okay.
It's okay to say that, yeah.
Okay.
But, every tour we've done, the
Yeah.
one without Roy with the Digits.
No, I was in that one with the Digits. Oh no, with the Digits, the
No.
Gadgets. Sorry, wrong one.
Gadgets, yeah.
The Gadgets. Yeah.
Gadgets one was not that
That
great.
one was not that good.
That was not that good.
That was the Gadgets and the Lillingtons.
Oh, okay.
They're still
Yeah.
around. They're still around.
I know, but those that was forced on us.
How did that happen, Roy? How does that get forced on you? I mean,
You know, like Chicks Dig It and all the other bands, we kind of had a hand in picking, but this one we really kind of didn't. They were nice. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, they're totally
they're
nice,
totally nice,
yeah.
but like we didn't, it
Roy's
wasn't.
kind of the jerk of the band. He puts down Oklahoma, the bands we played with.
well, we were keeping it at such a high, and then we had to bring it down a little bit. Yeah.
They're going to be looking for you.
Yeah, I know. My name is Mud and Norman.
Time heals all wounds, Roy. So it's okay.
We did a few dates in
let it
I'm
go.
a wanted man.
What about in Spain? Us, Red Cross, Hoodoo Gurus.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Hoodoo Gurus is one of my favorite bands. When I think of 80s college rock, I'm looking forward to Hoodoo Gurus performing in the continental United States at some point.
Yeah.
How was that? Yeah,
Great.
amazing stuff. Right?
Amazing. No, I was always a big fan, and that was a dream come true. We were all on a bus together.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun. Yeah. I don't like their music that much, but I like the.
You like them as people, and that's
people,
what's important.
I love them as people.
Okay,
It was a fun tour.
I do.
They have some good songs.
Actually, I hope to. Dave Faulkner is turning 60 next year and having his birthday at the Jazz Fest in New Orleans, and
Is he really?
I hope to actually go. Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you're there, we will hopefully be there as well because I would love to experience Dave. I've never seen him perform. I love the Hoodoo Gurus going way back.
He's a nice guy too.
Great
He's
guy.
really nice.
Kim, any other collaborations through the years? The guys mentioned a couple big names, but when you think back about positive memories, people that you've graced the stage with.
Grace the stage.
Yeah.
I'm currently in the Pandoras again. I grace the stage with those ladies.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you guys are going to be doing some touring?
We're taking a little break now, but we were doing some touring. Yeah.
Okay. last sort of question for you guys. Anything for the fans out there that are checking out this interview who love the Muffs? Anything going on in the future? We referenced a world premiere sort of leak here about the concert with the Bangles. Any other studio recordings? Any other projects going on?
We're gonna we have like a half an album that we've been playing live a lot because that's the only way you can really work out songs is live.
Yeah.
And
And you guys actually, according to Ronnie, you guys actually, in looking at the set list, performed some of those tonight, and the audience responded very well to that.
yeah, you know, we're brave. We do what we want.
We did 3 new songs tonight.
Yeah, and so we plan on recording. I am now free of any obligations for live shows, so I could
No contractual things.
until December. But so I'll have a couple of months to just kind of start writing and being creative again, which I look forward to.
So Happy Birthday to Me is getting reissued early next year
Oh, that's
as well.
True. That's true.
So we hope to record a new record next year. We're going to Argentina next year.
Yeah, we're gonna go to South America in the spring. So
That's why these next 2 months off is totally good.
It's sort of gearing up for the next stage of that is the Muffs.
We do it for a living, you know. We like to do it for a living, but you know, there's got to be breaks. There's got to be breaks.
And that will be our 26th year together next year.
20 what?
26th.
6th? 26.
26th.
So going way back to 91, 92, 91, yes.
January 25th, 91. That was
That
our first
really
show.
26 years ago?
Yeah.
Like an old person.
Well, about
Like an
we formed
old person
about
amount of
26 years ago now. So I guess technically we're 26 at this point.
Wow.
Our
What's
first
gonna-
show is January then.
What's going to happen when you reach the 30th anniversary? Or is that going to be like a huge like benchmark for you guys? I mean, no.
25 really wasn't. I mean,
Yeah,
do we
we-
do anything special for our 25th anniversary?
That was last year.
Oh, you go Black Show?
We did a 25th at the, yeah.
That's a long time.
That's
It is a
quarter
long time.
century.
Ramones were together 22 years.
So you guys outlasted the Ramones. That's a testament to the enduring legacy that is the Muffs. I congratulate you guys.
Thank you.
That said, the band playing underneath us has been around since 77.
yeah,
is true.
they've been around.
Or 2 of them at least.
That is true. That is true.
But we're the trio. We're a
You're
trio.
catching up on their asses, and that's what's important.
Well, no, they're always going to be ahead of us because they're not breaking up anytime soon. That's true. Yeah, we're all good. That's true.
There we go. Well, we're all good. I can't think of a final, a more sort of fitting final word there from the Muffs.
All
They are
good.
all good.
Good.
Definitely, definitely. Guys, thank you so much for being with us today, and it was a real pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was
All
nice
right.
talking to you.
All right.